Hi, Mark here, Mark Math Tutoring. And today in our Getting Ready for Algebra series, we're covering the 8th skill, two-step equations. In a couple of previous videos, we learned how to solve one-step equations using inverse operations. We learned that inverse operations can include multiplication and division or addition and subtraction. Well, we're going to apply both of those today. Let's take a look at the first example. We have negative 11b minus 7 equals 26. So if we notice on the left-hand side of the equation, we have two terms. In the first term, negative 11 is being multiplied times b, and then there's a subtracting 7. So we're going to have to undo both of these operations in order to get to the solution for the variable b. So we're going to start by trying to isolate the term that has the variable in it, which would be negative 11b. So we're going to start by adding 7 to both sides. So we're doing the inverse of minus 7. We have to do it to both sides. On the left-hand side, that will add to 0, and we'll just end up with negative 11b. And then 26 plus 7 is 33. That's step 1 of the two-step equation. Now we have negative 11 times b. This is the last operation. We'll undo this multiplication by negative 11 by dividing by negative 11. But remember, we have to do it on both sides. Well, here's step 2. This side will just end up with b, and 33 divided by negative 11 is negative 3, and that is our solution. So if we go back and look at that, negative 11 times negative 3 would be positive 33, minus 7 is 26. In the second one, we've got what looks like we could use the distributive property, and we could use it here. But in this case, 2 is being multiplied times the entire left-hand side of the equation, and there's just a single number on the left. So we can undo this first, multiplying by 2 by dividing by 2. So 2 over 2 is 1. We're left with t plus 11 is equal to 5. Then the last step would be to undo plus 11 with minus 11 on both sides. And our solution would be t. 5 minus 11 would be negative 6. Let's look at one more before you try. J divided by 2 plus 7 equals 12. Well, the variable expression j divided by 2, we're going to try to isolate that or get that by itself first. So we have to start by subtracting 7 from both sides. Plus 7 minus 7 goes to 0, so we're left with j divided by 2 is equal to 12 minus 7 is 5. Then we'll undo divided by 2 with times 2 on both sides of this equation, and our solution is j is equal to 10. And we can go back and check that. 10 divided by 2 is 5, plus 7 is 12. So that would check. Okay, you try. Pause the video, and then we'll work these through together. So first one, we'll work this both ways with using the distributive property or the simpler way, and you decide what's easier. I'm going to start with the simpler way. I'm going to divide both sides. Since this is being multiplied by negative 4, I'm just going to divide by negative 4 on both sides. Negative 4 divided by negative 4 is 1. We're left with w plus 1. Negative 24 divided by negative 4 is positive 6. And then we do the last step, undo plus 1 with minus 1. And w is equal to 5 is our solution. If we had used the distributive property, I'll just go ahead and show you. It's not wrong to do this. It's just a little bit of extra work. So I'll just go ahead and show this to you. So we did cover this before. The distributive property would rewrite this side as negative 4w minus 4 equals negative 24. Then we'd have to add 4 to both sides. That would give us negative 4w is equal to negative 20. And then we divide by negative 4, and we'd still get the same solution as 5. We just did a little bit more work here than we did here. So this is probably the preferred method there. If you tried this one here, we'd first want to add 7 to the side with the variable. Don't get mixed up by the 2 being over here. This is just like a balanced equation. Either side is okay. We're going to add 7 to both sides. We get 9. This is going to just be m divided by 2. And then the last inverse operation would be to multiply by 2 to undo this divided by 2. Multiply by 2 on both sides, and our solution is m is equal to 18. And we can check this. 18 divided by 2 is 9, minus 7 is 2. Okay, two-step equations. That'll get you started on it. If you want to keep watching the Getting Ready for Algebra series, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.